Technology leaders at law firms and legal services companies. This is Lewis. We have our solutions engineer at deepset. We have Dean here to help us guide us through how to create a pipeline for you to help you launch your Gen AI projects very quickly. How's it going, Dean? Thank you for joining me.
It's going amazing. Thank you, Luis.
So we've been able to help out Moz, which is an Austrian-based legal publication company. And Dean, tell me a little bit about how we were able to help them out to build out their pipelines.
Yeah, you got it. So the use case with Mons is Mons, you can think of them as one big knowledge base for lawyers and folks in the legal space, right? And what they notice is they store over 3 million documents in the legal domain, right? Before, what they used to have was lawyers jumping into their platform using standard keyword search to try to look up information. And as you can imagine, it's really hard to do so, especially across, 3 million documents. And so the first thing that we
Yeah.
implemented, Luis, you set this up, right? But if you click into the search on the top, right, they've implemented the ability to semantically search. And so as
Okay.
an example, right, we have this question here, tell me more about the European Green Deal and the new guidelines on the climate change. And the first thing that we implemented was a semantic-based document search, right? So on click, right, the whole idea is we're taking this query, right, it's getting kicked off to deepset. Deepset is embedding that, and it's returning the most similar or relevant documents. And that's
Okay.
what you see here with Mons, where you have all of those documents, you have a similarity score, and then you can rank all of the documents that are returned based on relevancy, or on the top right side, right, relevancy or recency, so the most recent documents.
Got it. Okay. So I like one of the features that we have here where we help Moz create this, where if we just highlight a portion of the text, we can also search other documents that are similar to that as well. So we have some examples of those documents that it pulled up from the highlighted text. So yeah, this is an amazing feature. Now, Dean, how can I, as a non-tech person, create something like this?
Yep. So luckily, right from the deepset end, what we've done is, and we have this open source framework Haystack, right? But what we've noticed are the most sort of common use cases. And so flipping over to this page, right, Luis, if you click to pipeline templates, this is the page that you're on, but we've actually templatized those most common use cases. And so you'll see things like chat, right? You'll see things like your standard retrieval augmented generation pipelines or generative QA. But in the case of Mons, with what you just saw, that is semantic-based document search. And so if you click, Luis, into document search on the left-hand side,
Okay.
yep, you'll notice that we have different templates. So some of these are based on, date, right? Some of these are keyword-based. But if you scroll all the way down, that ninth one on the right-hand side, right, that semantic document search, that's our template. You can
Okay.
go ahead and use the template. Go ahead and give this a name.
Just because we are going to upload some legal documents, I'll just call it legal semantic search. Like that.
Perfect. Feel
Okay.
free to create the pipeline. And then,
There we go. All right. So as this is deploying, how do I go about uploading my documents? I have some PDF documents.
yep. So most folks are doing this programmatically, right? So from the deepset end, there is an async API, there's a synchronous API, there's also a SDK that we've built out. And then, of course, if you click into files, there's a upload on the top right-hand side. There's a
Okay.
way to do this via the UI, right? Now, most for prototype purposes, right, they're perhaps uploading via the UI here, but as soon as we think about getting into production, it's typically API driven.
Right. Okay. All right. So I have all these documents here. So then I'll just select them all and then I'll click open. So there's 46 and then I'll just click on upload here.
That's right.
Okay. There we
Yep.
go. We have 46 cases and they're currently being uploaded. All right, so Dean, that was pretty easy. We uploaded all of our documents. They're all here. We can scroll through them, each one of these documents, but I want to actually test this out to see how we can search through all of these documents. So what do I do next?
Yep. So in this case, right, we have our data. We've indexed up our data, right? We have our pipeline up and running, and so we can click into the playground. And the whole idea with the playground is that as soon as we have a pipeline that's indexed, we can look to get qualitative feedback really quick. So in this case, right, we can ask the question of give me all the cases that have to do with the Washington Public Records Act. You can
Okay.
go ahead
So
and
we did
search.
cheat a little bit because we know that this is one of the documents. But you know, if you have hundreds of thousands of documents and you needed and you know what the subject matter is in those documents, you can, you know, query against that. But we know that at least one of the documents here has something to do with the Washington Public Records Act. So then we just click search right after that.
Exactly.
Okay.
And again, all we're doing there, right, we're taking that query, we're embedding it, and then we're comparing it with the underlying documents to return the most relevant documents. And that's what you see here. And so we can take a look at the snippet that's being returned, right? As an end user, I can leave a thumbs up or a thumbs down. And then of course,
Okay.
exactly. And then of course, if you click into the source, right,
Mm-hmm.
and click into view file and new tab,
Okay.
we have the ability to pull this exact document up.
Yep. And there we go. Talks about it right here. The Washington Public Records Act. And this is that exact document there, Doe versus Reed.
Precisely.
Awesome. That was pretty easy. All right, so let me try one query here. So give me all of the all of the cases that have to do with Miranda rights. And look at that. We have Florida versus Powell right here. And it gives us a synopsis of what this document contains. Is that correct?
It's exactly correct, right? And same idea here, right? So as an end user, especially as I'm trying to test this pipeline, right, I can
Mm-hmm.
take a look at all of the results, give them a thumbs up or a thumbs down, which is reflected in the pipeline, right, in terms of the feedback. And then, of course, exactly what you're doing here, we can click into the underlying document.
Got it. Okay, awesome. Well, that was easy. Look, if I can do this, build a pipeline from scratch, then anyone can really do it. And if you're looking to do this for yourself, if you're looking to create your own application, AI-based application, whether it's a semantic search or whether it's a generative AI application at your firm, feel free to reach out to myself or Dean, and we'd love to give you a customized demo and show you all the great features that DeepSet Cloud has.